This video is rated TV-16, has some harsh language which may not be appropriate for younger audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. Heavy Metal Explosion coming at you with another figure discussion or review. So this is the infamous White Ranger. And I say infamous because back when Power Rangers was really big, this figure, and I want to believe his Zord, was pretty much some of the hardest toys to find. And I did find the Zord that he had. Never did find the figure. And I wound up buying it and giving it to one of my nephews for a birthday or Christmas gift. I know I put out a couple of videos on these guys, mainly because of the Walgreens exclusive Black Ranger. And I picked up the White Ranger only because of nostalgia's sake, really. And of course, I'm not real big into doing these reviews. I'm more of a wild card when it comes to that. I kind of do like a overview and my thoughts type thing, and this is no less pretty much the same thing. Um, by now, we know the articulation on this figure, so I'm just going to give a rundown of what I like and dislike about it, then show off another figure to go along with it. So the paint apps on here are pretty solid. I mean, for the most part, you can see here there's a little rough patch, but I think that's from like a sprue mark. But overall, I mean, this guy has some great paint apps. And the helmet is what really gets me. For the best part about it is they just look so well done. And always like the helmet. The articulation, I mean, he's got some great head movement in this. And I think it's like that with all of them. They're going to have in their helmets, they're going to have some great articulation. And these here, they have all kinds of superposability. I mean, look at this. I mean, this is great. One of the things that I guess I dislike about it is they don't come with any natural hands. This has the sword holding hand. Simba, maybe, is what this guy's called. I can't remember. And some fist hands. Other than that, they have that one, I guess it's supposed to be a karate pose hand. And I'm not too keen on that. I don't mind. I like putting my figures in dynamic state sometimes. But for the most part, I like, I'll deal with the static A stance pose, and for the most part, and just have them in like a team format setting. Uh, depending on how I like to do, I want my display to look. The the other, well, let's not do that. Let's go with this here. Let's do the head sculpt here, because this here, even though it's a pretty good likeness, there's something ever so slightly off about it. But that could be because it might have a slight glossy sheen to it. In some parts, like right up around the eyes and the creases of the nose. If that was even in frame, it's still a pretty good head sculpt. It's not entirely like the actor, but I mean, it's fairly decent. So let's put that down to the side and we'll deal with that in a minute. So one of the other things that I picked up recently, actually I ordered it by accident. I was pre-ordering something off of Amazon. This figure was in my cart and I forgot to take it out, and wouldn't you know it, as soon as I did it, I got the notification that there was I got made a payment to somewhere, and I went and checked. I was like, what the hell? So I wound up getting this guy, Lord Drakkon. And I said, well, I was planning on getting them anyway, so let me go ahead and pick them up. I didn't bother canceling the order. I just went ahead and got it. And putting these guys side by side, I guess this is an older Tommy. There looks like there could be some scarring on the cheek. Yeah, you can see it better on camera. So it looks like he's got some battle worn cheeks there. It's really a pretty nice sculpt. I mean, again, I'm not familiar with this character. I think mainly it came out in the comics, from what I can just ever so slightly recall. But the figure looks really good. We're going to move pre-Drakkon over. This figure looks really good. I mean, if I have anything bad really to say, is maybe they're depending on what you have as a base. You know, they're fiddly to mess with in order to stand up. But if you look, the head sculpts here for the helmets, they're pretty spot on. I mean, I guess he pretty much stayed the White Ranger from when he finally became the White Ranger, and just stayed that way, and whatever took him over. But you see, like, the markings here are pretty much the same. The eyes are in the same spot. These little pieces here, they kind of grew out with a little extra right there. This is basically totally different. His bracers are really different. Shin guards. And I'm not familiar with this sword at all, or knife or dagger. It does look like it's one of those ones that you whistle in and you play music from it. I'm not sure. It would have probably have been nice if this carried over and had a different paint scheme, like gray or black and silver, maybe something to that effect, in order to kind of give them the look that Simba turned evil as well. So I mean, just for sake of doing it. Oh, much harder to do. I mean, you have a bad fucking arm. Sorry, guys. I wasn't gonna, break out the whole White Ranger, but of course, like I said, because I did get Lord Drakkon, I decided to do so. And here we go. Young Tommy with a little ponytail. And old evil Tommy. And I guess maybe he had one too many bad dates, or he got that one divorce, and a divorce will do it to you. I can tell you, that's a bitch. But yeah, there you go, guys. That's Lord Drakkon and White Ranger Tommy. Um, Again, it's they're cool figures. All of the Power Ranger stuff are really cool, and it looks like from what I've seen thus far that the GI Joe line takes a lot of cues from the Power Rangers line, and that's great, because if they do that, then it's gonna make for a decent 6-inch line. Although I'm a 3 3/4, 4-inch. That's my thing there. The small figures, mainly because you can have larger vehicles and play sets that you can't normally get with your 6-inch stuff. But again, with that being said, I'm out of here, and until next time.